Thank you, Alex. It's a little bit quite different from what either David and Alex, they've been in different institutions for just quite a short while, but I'm with the Hong Kong IED for quite a number of years. And basically we go through, well, Hong Kong IED is a teacher education institution, which is still a quite young institution. Young in the sense that it's become one teacher education institution since 1994. And the beginning of e-learning in the institution is quite starting around 1990 to 2000, year 2000. And in Hong Kong IED, we come through several phases of development so that you can have a look at, in the beginning stage, we have the sort of divergence. So that people are getting different fundings and initiate different projects, try to start with e-learning in the institutes. We call it the pioneering phase. And then it's quite a couple years later, then the development is going through to a transitional period. And during that period, we have a sort of a platform called NixEd, which is a localized shell of the Blackboard version 4. And by that time it was housed in an academic department, sort of chosen platform, while the other efforts from different colleges are still playing around in the campus. And then the kind of recent phase of development is we call standardized phase, so that we have an institute-wide platform installed in the institute since 2003. That is the Blackboard version 5. And we started a lot of training and many kinds of technological integration with the institution infrastructure. Having said that, the standardized platform, we come through a sort of issues. The very first issue is the organizational issues. There's number one issue is about decision making. Who make the decision? It seems that it is a top-down, quite contradicting from the initial stage, which is a very bottom-up, from various different faculty, departmental efforts to try to brief up the e-learning in practice in the institutes. At that time, we have an associate vice president chair a committee. With that committee, that the funding and all kinds of functionality and how to promote, facilitate the use of e-learning need to go through the committee until 2007. During that time, we have different phases of development, and the very last stage is the decision-making rests on the IT service unit. There's another issue which is policy and practice. Like Eva, David mentioned, actually at Hong Kong IED, we don't have any e-learning policy. We have a sort of teaching and learning policy. From within that, we have a very weak e-learning policies. Not even can call e-learning policy anyway. But how people use the e-learning at that time is voluntary. There's no compulsory issues there. You are welcome if you want to use it. That is a kind of individuals, academics, faculty members, they want to use it, so they come to the Center for Learning, Teaching and Technology at Hong Kong IED. And later time we have a departmental coordination. That's much better. I will come back to this point later when we're talking about resources and support. That's the resources and support we come through from the top level, the teaching and learning level, and the ICT infrastructure level. From the top level, we have the support from the senior management. Then budgeting, the most important thing, no money, no talking. No money, no e-learning anyway. So the budgeting is based on quite a triennial basis. And the seed money, that would be the very important one. That the seed money, we're calling for application for proposal. We're calling for proposal from various academic departments. So that the funding is going to do a departmental coordination and promotion, and then facilitations of the use of e-learning at that time. 2004-05, the first round, and then the second round, 2006 and 2007. Since then, we believe that of course, the money is used out, and we also believe that e-learning already entrenched into the daily teaching and learning practice. And then the infrastructure, like most institutions, under the computer center, the IT unit. And then the last one is the teaching and learning support level, that the Blackboard training workshop, like Eva mentions. We run quite a number of workshops. We do from how to build up the first e-learning modules, and then to how to engage students with the e-learning, well, of course, in the learning, and then how we could encourage our colleagues to use e-assessment with the e-learning environment provided by Blackboard. And then from 2003 and 2009, because we are voluntary kind of participations, then at that point of time, we only do on-demand Blackboard course creation or course site creation. But since then, in the beginning of the second semester of this year, 2009-10, we have automated all the course site creations. Whether you use it or not, your course have been created on Blackboard. So just have a quick recap what the developmental phase of the Blackboard at the Hong Kong IED. We start off Blackboard 5, version 5. We only have the course delivery component at that time. There is content, activities, teaching and learning activities designed for within a particular course, and then assessment, which whether the faculty member would like to use it or not. Let's go through from 5 to 7. And then since last year, we have a quick jump on whether it's a big lift or not. We straight away from 7 to Blackboard Learn Plus, which in a sense we call version 9. We have all the three components: course delivery, content collections, and then learning community built up as well. So that we start from a content collection that colleagues could use the new assessment features like self-peer evaluation, building student e-portfolio, and then the most recent one, we already integrate Turnitin with the Blackboard. And we are doing a pilot, try to educate the plagiarism, the student works, hopefully could do better. And that's a kind of a developmental stage. And hopefully I would like to pass the presentation to Professor Alex Fung to try to catch up the rest of the presentation.